Hey guys, want to do another quick video on 5 more Hall of Famers. Start out with the all-time great, Mr. Roberto Clemente, 15-time All-Star, 12-time Gold Glove, 2-time World Series winner, 1-time World Series MVP, 4-time batting title, and the 1966 MVP. Ended up with 3,000 hits exactly. Lifetime 317 batting average. He was born in Caroline, Puerto Rico. He died in a plane crash at the age of 38 en route to help earthquake victims in Nicaragua. He has a pretty prestigious award in his namesake called the Roberto Clemente Award. A lot of the players today say they would rather win that as just about any other award, but it's, let me see here. It says the Roberto Clemente Award best exemplifies the game of baseball, sportsmanship, community involvement, and all the individual contributions to his team. So he died doing humanitarian work, trying to help people. On July 25th, 1956 at Ford Field, he hit the only documented walk-off inside the park grand slam in modern-day baseball. He enlisted in the Marine Corps in 1958, served during his off-seasons through 1964. There was one member of the Pirates that did not attend his funeral, and that was Manny Sanguillen. He instead chose to dive on the crash site to try to find Clemente's body, but his body was never found. His wife said that Roberto always thought he would die young. During an interview with Richie Ashburn, he was asked if he thought he would get his 3,000th hit. And he said, well, if I'm alive, like I said before, you never know because God tells you how long you're going to be here. So you never know what could happen tomorrow. Died with his exactly 3,000 hits. Roberto Clemente. Now we'll move on to one of Roberto's good friends, Orlando Cepeda. On this 1967 Topps, his nickname was the Baby Bull or Peruchin. His 1958 Rookie of the Year, 1967 MVP, 11-time All-Star, 1967 World Series, 2,351 hits, lifetime 297 batting average, and he ended up with 379 home runs. In 1959, he became the first Puerto Rican player to start an All-Star game. His father, Pedro, was a baseball pro in Puerto Rico whose name was Bull, or Perucho, and he was the Baby Bull. In his rookie year, he hit 13 home runs before the end of May. That's second all-time, tied with Jock Peterson. Pujols has the record with 16 home runs to the end of May. Albert Pujols, Frank Robinson, Mike Trout, and Orlando Cepeda are the only players to win unanimous Rookie of the Year and unanimous MVP in their career. He had a lot of health problems with his knee. He was the first player to sign an exclusive DH contract. Did get into some trouble trafficking some marijuana, but they say he cleaned his life up later. Really good player here, Orlando Cepeda. Now move on to another Cardinal here. Mr. Ted Simmons in this 1972 OPC. 8-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, 2,472 hits, 248 home runs, and lifetime .285 batting average. When he retired, he led all catchers in hits, doubles, and he was second in RBIs to Yogi Berra. He played the 1972 year without a contract. He had a dispute on how much money it was. He just played part of the year without a contract. He caught 122 shutouts in his career. Ted Simmons was regarded as one of the best hitting catchers when he retired. Now we'll move on to another important player in baseball history, Larry Doby. He was the second player to break Major League Baseball's color barrier, the first in the American League. 9-time All-Star, 2-time World Series winner, lifetime .288 batting average with 273 home runs. He did spend 1945 in the military, serving in World War II. He and Satchel Paige were the first black players in the World Series. In 1942, at the age 17, he played for the Newark Eagles. And in order to protect his amateur status, he played under the name Larry Walker. He had a rough start to his rookie year, which caused a lot of more racism and stuff like that. He batted 156 through 29 games. So Jackie came up doing great. He came up and struggled a little bit, but he would bounce back. In 1948, he signed with a basketball team called the Patterson Crescents of the ABL. He was the first black player to play in that basketball league as well. He was also the second black manager in major leagues behind Frank Robinson, and he was the first ever member of the Hall of Fame that was born in South Carolina, Larry Doby. Now moving on to Mr. Lou Brock. 6-time All-Star, 938 stolen bases, 3,023 hits, 2 World Series. He filled a big gap left in left field after Stan Musial retired. He was traded in 1964 from the Cubs to the Cardinals for Ernie Broglio. At that time, the Cardinals were 28-31, and the Cubs were 27-27. The Cardinals actually were behind the Cubs in the standing. He finished the year with 348 batting average and 33 stolen bases for the Cardinals, and the Cardinals clinched the pennant on the last day of the season. It was considered one of the most lopsided trades of all time. He got his 3,000th hit against the Cubs, August 13th, 1979. And he had 12 consecutive seasons with 50 or more stolen bases. Lou Brock. Then I'm going to add a bonus card just to show the card. 1959 Topps Robin Roberts. I've already showcased Robin Roberts before, but haven't showed this card. Thanks, guys.